You guys, I don't want to belong in anywhere, okay? I'm not trying to fit into your little groups, not trying to be a part of your little tribes because, quite frankly, I don't like them. I mean, it's nothing against whatever you guys want to do. I just like to do my own thing. And I don't like people telling me, you can't use this as a part of our group because we have an image to maintain. For survival, I'm sure. Anyway, I was part of this Twin Flames group, and I like to make jokes because I just am addicted to making a mockery of all social media. And I love myself for it, okay? But so I made a joke and I blocked him. And then this lady comes at me going, I'm the admin and I decided to block you because of your offensiveness. And I'm like, dude, I blocked you first. I like cursing. I'm not gonna stop because you want me to, okay? As if that's never happened. As if no one's ever told me that my whole life. All day long, 24/7. Told me to be someone else, huh? Well, these are the cards I got for you today. You're not getting that one. You're really not getting those either. Oopsies. I made a mistake because my mind was cursing. I think Satan's going to get me because of that. Well, this is the one that came out. I'm really feeling that one. The grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. In other words, humor, the power of kindness, and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. It's about time. Now, I've always deep down embraced that. My problems come from outside sourcing, asking, am I worthy of unconditional love? And then, of course, they say no because they don't know what that is. They've never given that to themselves. Here's this one again, our little music guy. Don't make fun of me because I look like a clown, okay? Clowns are serious business, man. You know, they do a lot of things to help people. Like make them laugh, okay? But this one really wanted to come out. Oh, hell, here we go. This guy's back for some more. Back for some more. I don't know, he keeps trying to come back. But I'm just like, goodbye. Because I don't like people telling me what to do, okay? Even little things that they think are tiny, like working while you're chronically fatigued and you have suicidal thoughts all day. I think I could manage that. The weird thing is, I am a harder worker than most people that I know, and as a woman, you have to be, because this game that the patriarchy, in other words, the Rothschild, which is a pedophile ring, has set up for us, it kind of goes against women and children, doesn't it? Even races. It goes against different races that are, I don't know, not white. I know I'm looking a little whiter than I usually am, alright, but I am an indigo soul. That is to trick you. Here we go. And these are ones I'm just intuitively pulling out, but she's pretty, okay? So that was the real reason. I look for aesthetics. I only love things if they look beautiful. I don't love things for, like, the beauty on the inside, because that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why you would be looking for compassion and empathy when you could just have, like, a robot that looks nice, you know, real shiny. And so she says, you have what it takes. I know. If only you believe in yourself. Okay, never mind. Forget what she said, because I'm not going to do that. But it says, thinking that you're powerless when you're not. Thank you. You know, and where does that come from? You know, I would dance down Liberty Park. It really wasn't me saying, oh, I'm shiny and more powerful than everyone else. That was just the stepping stone out of my depression from a broken heart from a guy that used to do heroin. So I learned a lot about that, but it was heartbreaking because I gave that person everything and I ignored all of my needs, and I was kind of waiting on that relationship. And so it really taught me not to do that. But when you have your heart broken, you do feel, sad, okay? And you kind of believe, the outside stuff that is realistically telling you that you are powerless. And I don't believe that anymore, because you hit rock bottom and you just can't. You don't have the luxury of believing the lies people tell you. Wow. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. Well, she's looking real snooty too. Look at her. She's like, me, 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 me. So I believe that. And here's a cute one. I have never pulled this card before. But you know what? Don't believe me, because I just lie all the time about everything, and nothing's true. Nothing's real. This isn't really happening right now, okay? I don't really have candida or chronic fatigue. I'm just a lazy person, and I love to mooch off of people. So that's kind of what's going on for me, I definitely don't know how to work. I won't ever be able to work again. I definitely don't have suicidal thoughts. I definitely don't absorb other people's pain and transmutate it. But no, all seriousness aside, let's just put it to the side, okay? Instead of in front of you. This says unfounded fear, focusing on worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. So I have a natural ability to be actually very naively positive, and it tends to get me in trouble because I will attract usually they're narcissistic people, and I'm learning not to judge them, because in an autopsy, our scientists have discovered that narcissists and psychopaths are missing the part in their brain that is able to understand empathy. So, we can't really judge them anymore. Sure would like to, but can't. Anyway, so when I'm around a lot of people like that, I tend to take on their pain, and it does cause a lot of worrying and anxiety for me personally. So maybe that helps you. This one's very true. I keep pulling it. I never used to pull this card, but because a little so-and-so fairy person is, hanging around town, just, kind of dancing in the clouds by me, peeking at me and peering into my soul, falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. Just trying to figure out who that is. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. The forgiveness part is multidimensional, so I'm going through layers of forgiveness and my heart healing what happens. And don't let people fool you that you're not supposed to be angry or sad when you're going through a spiritual growth, because you have a heart. All emotions are possible. Our emotions are multidimensional, because we are multidimensional beings. Because we are one as God. All of our spirits are a collective spirit, which we call Goddess, all right? So, when you're going through the healing process, it's very, very common. In fact, it's a good sign if you're getting angry about things. It's actually worse if you're not having emotions, because that means you're blocking it off, and that means that you're not open to healing. And it doesn't matter if you are. I'm just saying this is what I've learned, and this is kind of the information I've collected from other sources. And so anger for me, it actually inspires me to be productive. So anger is not a bad thing. It's not a bad emotion to have. I don't know why we have that kind of stigma around it in the society, but I would like to change it, because for me it can create the power that I need to not only stand up for myself, but stand up for other people. It can help me clean better. It can, help me create things. It's actually the reason that I did this video, because I just think it's funny when people try to act like they're the boss of me. I mean, that's what really, causes the anger to build up, because I'm not a competitive person. I don't see myself as above anyone else. And so when I see that imbalance, my natural reaction is to balance it out. And sometimes that comes through anger. So this one is being showed as well. Just as I was pulling through it, it felt like this one really wanted to be seen. And it just says the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. And for me, you know, I had to spend some alone time because the living situation I was in just was not working out very well for me. And it pushed me into realizing that I really need my alone time. I need my own space. I need to heal. And in those situations, I do feel trapped, especially if you're in them for a while and you don't give yourself a break. You'll start feeling, you just, as a light healer, you're just going to pick up everyone's stuff. And so you just got to, you know, be aware of that, I guess. But I'm not saying I know anything more than anyone else, but here is a card I pull all the time, and this one's supposed to come out for me specifically, but when I say me, I'm a feminine looking individual. So well, not totally feminine looking, but and I like when people do think I'm a man. I'm very flattered because that's how I feel. I just feel like both, really, though. That was my thing, is I felt like I wasn't either gender growing up, and then a lot of the transgender people say this, like they thought that they got to like pick a gender when they were probably about 7, kind of in that age area, and that's exactly how I felt. And I was like, why am so not gonna pick the woman stuff? Like, that just seemed so unappealing to me. Like, I, you know, really hated it. So I was like, well, if I have to pick a gender, because I didn't even want to pick a gender, that's just my honest thing here, but I thought if I have to, I'd pick a male. And that's just because I could see that they had more freedom and stuff like that. So I love pulling this one for myself because I am a natural nurturer, man or woman. That's just my personality. It says, listen to your heart, intuitive insights that you can trust, taking care of others, perhaps too much. The perhaps too much is something I've had to learn, that it is brainwashed and ingrained into people with a feminine body. They're almost expected to just take care of everyone in the whole world. There's villages where one woman is literally taking care of the entire village by herself. Yeah, she's strong. At the same time, she doesn't have to do that. And we don't need to put those expectations on women. I'm not accepting them because that's not what I want to do. I want to take care of myself for once. I have been taking care of the whole village for 28 years, and now it's my time to rest, and no one else is going to understand that but me. Okay, and so when I'm talking about myself, I'm talking about all women that feel like they have to do that. They do feel like they have to. I mean, some of it's desire because they're proud of themselves for being able to be that strong, and they enjoy taking care of people genuinely, you know, and at the same time, there is a feeling of obligation because maybe other people won't do it because they don't think it's their job, you know? It's no one person's job, it's everyone's job, and women right now, my feeling is that they actually need to stop working. They need to stop taking care of people so that the masculine looking creatures can figure it out, and that they can, after they see firsthand, because they're doing the work that women were doing, they can see how strong women have always been without their help. We don't need them, you know? And that's the sad part, is that, you know, the men almost want to make women feel like the women need them because they know deep down it's not true, and they want to use women for survival and just as a luxury, you know. But women deserve that too, because women are men and we are all equal. So here I am, the magician. Okay, that's me. You can do anything, take charge of your life, manifest what you need to be a success. I am doing that currently. Been doing a lot of just, you know, being by myself and really figuring out, you know, who I am and what I want to do besides what other people are telling me to do. Because we don't want to go up here, we want to think here. And every time you think here, it's just, it's going to create imbalance, because that's a power, it's a power game. And so when we do this, it's at heart level, it's balanced. And so we can really start making progress no matter, you know, who it is. And I also wanted to say if you are dealing with a narcissist, because they can be your twin flame, and you know, they might go through something that will change their perspective. But while you're dealing with a narcissist, what spirit showed me in a dream was, let them talk. Let there be space for them to hear what they're actually saying to you, and just don't reply. Let there be that space, because they need to hear their words echoing back to them. And I practiced this, and it works really well. And the few times that, you know, I've practiced this with people, they end up turning it into some kind of a joke, because they can see how awkward they made it. And so it's really satisfactory for me, because even after that dream I had, I was like kind of not satisfied enough. I was like, well, it's good to maybe leave the space and not reply to keep peace and all that, but I wasn't satisfied because it didn't seem to fully resolve the problem. So I thought, hey, maybe I'll throw my humor in there, because that's my personality, and I didn't even need to. They did it on their own. So I hope that helps. But there is a message coming to y'all's watching. This video is timeless, so if it applies to you, it applies to you, okay? If it doesn't, it doesn't. Don't blame me for stuff that's going on in your life. I already got enough of that from people. I'm doing everything I can to transmutate it, and I'm not doing other people's shadow work anymore. I'm doing my own. I'm healing myself, and you know, I give all of that pain back to you, because you need to learn from it. It says immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, and a passionate relationship. I already know who this is. It's my twin. You know, he's really a soulmate, but he's what I thought a twin flame was. So I'm just gonna, I call him her, they, them, that. Okay. So why don't you just go fuck yourselves? Okay, admins on Facebook.